Good, thank you. You have no idea how frustrating it is going somewhere and someone going, what? Well, anyways, okay, I'll get my story. So, the two most important things I learned in college were that you should never abuse the power of forgiveness, the power of friends, and the power of... I just lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. Sorry, it's my first time.
Woo, it's his first time!
Yeah, I'm not sharing the stage. Sorry. I just had it right there. And the power of freedom, there we go. So it's a sophomore year of college, and my friends and I are just reckless. We actually started a fake fraternity. We called ourselves the Gentlemen's Club, TGC. And we would go around and just destroy property on campus, but nothing too crazy. Like, we would do this inside our dorm, and our dorm was like breaking down. There was a rumor they were going to sell it to a different campus anyway, so we said, screw it, whatever. And we would, like, literally, here's some examples. We would go through halls and kick down exit signs. We would throw water. We had to start water balloon fights. We would throw eggs at people's doors, mainly just each other's doors. And there was like a good 10, 15 of us in a group. One night, my good friend Brad and I were bored, and really, we weren't bored, we just were trying to find a reason or a place or some people to, give us some drinks, because we were still underage. We went to our friend's room, our friends Parm and Mike, and they were just fighting over something dumb, just about like video games or football or whatever. And they had some empty beer bottles in the corner, and Brad was really thrifty. He was really, he just had a really good imagination, and he could just make something out of nothing. And we used to play this game called Bet You Won't, which is really just like a super hyped up drunk version of Triple Dog Dare. Except you wouldn't do the single dog dare or the double dog dare, it was just straight, you just went for it. Just something crazy. So he told me, he said, John, bet you won't throw those beer bottles out the window. Now, mind you, our dorm room was literally next to 75, 85, two of the craziest highways, biggest highways in Atlanta. So we were going to be throwing them out to, into, not necessarily traffic, but, cars would be coming at some point. So there's a side where there's I guess some garbage, places for the garbage. There's a barrier, and then there's the highway. And Brad's like, let's just fling them off. Nothing's gonna happen. So all right, I throw the first one out. Doesn't make it over that barrier. He throws one out, and Brad's 40, 50 pounds bigger than me, mostly muscle, and he can't make it over either. So we're getting a little frustrated. I throw the next beer bottle out. And mind you, there's supposed to be a screen here, so someone had broken the screen beforehand. Friends still don't know what we're doing. So I miss again. Brad goes, and he makes it onto the highway, so we're getting a little closer. And then I try once more. I just make it over onto the highway, just right over the barrier. And I'm just about to give up, and Brad's like, when he gets really into something, he'll just be like, let me show you something. And he just goes, he runs, takes a couple steps back, and just goes, whoo, throws it out, and he sees a car coming about 10 seconds before he does this, throws it out, bam, hits the top of a car going up 60 miles per hour. Somehow this car did not spin out, did not stop, it kept going. We freaked out. We're like, what just happened? We run out of the room. Don't tell our friends. We don't even take the elevator. We run down 8 flights of steps. And where do we run to? Not someone's room, but the wing store, down the hall. So we're at this wing store, we're hiding out for about an hour. A friend comes by, asks us, we're looking really jittery, and he goes, what's wrong? We're like, nothing, don't worry about it, nothing, we didn't do anything. We get a call from Mike, and Mike goes, you guys, the cops are here. And we're like, he's like, did you know what you did? Or you know what happened? And we're like, nothing, we don't know. Of course we know what we did. We seriously, messed up someone's night. So we go back upstairs, University Police is there, and they say that they saw someone throwing something out the window. Turns out it was probably my beer bottle, because mine just barely made it over that barrier, and the University Police were just kind of staking out right there. And we were wondering how they figured out where we were. Apparently they counted up and over and saw that there was just an open window with no screen, there was light coming out of there, they assumed it was us. The next couple of weeks were hell. Basically, Mike and Parm had to figure out where to live, because they literally thought they were going to get kicked out. This was becoming a big deal. The deans were getting involved. Our RAs were just really pissed off, and so I was getting scared, because I knew if I got in trouble, my mom was going to kill me. She's like, if you mess up any reason to lose your scholarship, you will move back home. And I didn't live that far from the school, but everybody else was freaking out. Mike was wondering if he was going to go back to Florida. Parm was going to move back home. Brad wasn't too worried, but he knew there were some repercussions. So after a couple weeks of figuring out, who's gonna fess up, because really kind of was my fault, Brad takes the hit for all of us. He gets kicked out of the dorms. His deposit's gone, all that money, and they were cheap dorms to live in. They were like really nice apartment-style dorms, and it really taught me something that you don't find people like that every day. You don't find people who are gonna take that hit for you, and to this day we're still friends. I mean, it's been like at least 5 years since this happened. We don't stay in touch. Yeah, I mean we don't stay in touch as much as we should, and every time we bring it up, it's usually like a funny story, but. We always think that the next set of dorms that were built because of us, because I lived in them and it was literally like the nicest prison you could ever live in, because the windows don't open. Thank you.